Hello everyone, I'm Niles Hughes.
And I'm Alfred Andy Schwarber III. We would like to welcome you to Getting Jiggy with Wattz, a new show that will be covering the lives of the Jiggawattians, our robotics team 6344, also known as the Yale Jiggawattz, through our journey this season.
To kick off the episode, what is robotics? Robotics is a sport in which team builds robots in order to compete in a game.
Now many of you are probably familiar with BattleBots. Robotics is not just robots battling. In FIRST Robotics, robots are built to complete various tasks such as climbing, shooting, and trekking through rough terrain.
First, the nonprofit that runs these worldwide competitions helps bring kids into multiple different fields of engineering and computing.
FIRST is an acronym. It stands for Inspiration and Recognition of Science and Technology. Founded by Dean Kamen over 30 years ago, FIRST has done an outstanding job of providing quality experience for kids of all ages.
For a more personal look at what robotics is, we spoke to one of our returning team members, Carter Krause, for his definition. So Carter, what does robotics mean to you?
Robotics is a place where where people from different backgrounds can come together and collaborate on different robot designs and kind of find their place in life.
Awesome. Thank you, Carter.
Thanks, Carter. Now, let's get you to know the team. Starting with coaches, head coach Mike Ridley, who you will be meeting throughout the season, and mentor Mr. Brad Fornster. Other mentors are Miss Tara Fornster in business and Miss Melissa Zakreski in business as well.
Our pit leads are Mr. Dennis Barr and Dustin Krause. Our team captains for this year are, drumroll please, Acer Campbell and Travis Olnick. Now let's head into some returning members. Returning seniors Acer Campbell in technical and Zane Powell in programming. Matthew Folliard is returning junior in our technical department.
Sophomores coming back are Alfred Anthony Schwarber III in programming, Alex Barr in technical, and Sam Hartway in business.
Last year we had some 8th graders to come and join, and returning this year as a freshman is Travis Olnick in programming, Big Mike Malinig in technical, Carter Krause, 3D printing and CAD, and Ever Dixon as safety captain. What a crew. We're glad to have you all back.
Now on to some of our new members. Joining us as a senior is our very own Niles Hughes in programming. Freshmen joining are Amy Campbell, Madison Monroe, Sage Gruntham, and Chris Monroy in technical. Again, this year we are reaching out to some 8th graders, and joining us this year is Thomas Schweihofer and Stephen Foltz in technical. Jacob Latta is programming, and Braden Morningstar is joining Carter in CAD.
We are glad to have all previous members back, and looking forward to working with the new members as well.
Now moving into the game this year. Crescendo is this year's game name. It is a game that consists primarily of shooting with a climbing twist. Here's an official first reveal for more.
2 alliances of 3 teams each compete to score or play notes in 3 different field elements. Amplify their speaker, get on stage, harmonize, and take the spotlight before time runs out. Alliances earn additional rewards for meeting specific scoring thresholds and for cooperating with their opponents. Robots start each match inside their alliance's starting zone and may be preloaded with a note.
If you want to learn more about the game, feel free to watch the full reveal. The link will be in the description.
Now, there are many different ways to take on this game. Us at the Jiggawatts have decided that we will be mainly climbing, with shooting into the speaker being our second priority. Through the season, we will be documenting the team's progress.
Speaking of the team's progress, this past couple weeks have been quite a productive time period. The intake for the notes are ready. We have also locked away the main beam for the climber and are currently working on our telescopic climber. The climber and shooting math have been calculated, and we have stepped into building the official shooter itself. To elaborate a little bit more, we spoke to a technical person, Alex Barr. So, Alex, what has Build Team been up to these last 2 weeks? What are we doing?
So far we've gotten the rolling chassis finished. We have the shooter prototype the shooter's finished, and it just hasn't been mounted on the bot yet, and we're working on the climber right now.
Awesome, thank you.
For coding, we locked away a drivetrain. We talked to Travis Olnick for some elaboration on coding. We also spoke to him about the challenges the programmers faced, as well as some goals they are setting up for the next upcoming weeks.
I'm here with Travis Oljanek. He is our team captain, one of the team captains this year, and he's also programming. So Travis, what have we been doing in programming so far this season, in the past 2 weeks?
So the past 2 weeks we've been working on getting successful drivetrain up. Basically what that means is we found the forward-backward controls, left-right, directional. You know, if you guys have ever played a driving game, it's basically that, just getting directions down, right? And then what we're currently working on, we got that done last week, and what we're currently working on now is getting the intake, the shooter, and the climber done. And that, it is a lot, but really all we need to do is make sure that the motors are fired at the correct time. So we're just looking for code to, you know, have one continuously going to shoot, and then have ones when we want to pick a note up we can, and then just notes to fire and defire the telescopic climbers.
So basically we just want we just want to like start sectioning off code.
Yeah.
And so far we've gotten our drivetrain done.
Yes, we haven't had a shot to test it yet because they do not have the bot fully wired, but we should be able to know if it works in about a week or so.
In about a week or so. So that means next week we will know whether the bot is running or not.
Yes.
What are some goals that you're looking to achieve? I know you talked a little bit about that a couple seconds ago, but like what are some goals that we're looking forward to here in the next week?
Obviously, we want to have number one priority is getting the drivetrain done. Even if we can't get any of the other functions of our robot coded properly, at the very least we can play defense with the drivetrain. So that's the number one goal. And then we took a priority this year. We voted on what we wanted to put the most effort into, I guess. That's not great wording, but you know. And we said our climber is going to be number one. So we are currently working on the code for our climber because we found that would be the most viable to work on for our team.
Mm-hmm.
And then we also, after that, we're going to work on the intake and then the shooter, because we do have shooting as our second priority, but you can't shoot without an intake. So we are getting that done after the climber is done.
All right, awesome. What are some challenges that we faced in the past 2 weeks of setting up code and getting into the groove of coding for the season?
So the main issue we've came across is migrating from the 2023 to the 2024 version of the coding software we use. They have straight up disallowed the use of several commands that we have relied on in past years. So we can't exactly use 100% of our past year's code as reference because the commands we used in those years aren't compatible with this year's software. So we've had to do some research on things that have been posted in the last few weeks. But other than that, it's been a pretty smooth road.
Awesome. Well, we're looking forward to another week of smooth road. Talk to you next week. Thanks, sir. Thank you. Back to the mechanical side. We checked in with some goals and challenges with them as well. We spoke to Big Mike for details on those. What challenges have you guys faced through these first 2 weeks of building? And what goals do you guys have for the next upcoming week?
So one of the challenges we've had is figuring out all the correct gear reductions and everything for our shooting mechanism. That's been a pretty good challenge, and making sure everything's tuned right so we can get our distance. What we're looking forward to is getting everything mounted in and getting the bot wired up pretty soon here so we can turn over the programming.
Awesome.
On a final note of progression, this year we have been playing around with the Vex robots, a smaller robot that allowed us to practice coding and driving. We spoke to Jacob Latta, who has been working with Extra Vex, for some more information.
Okay, so Jacob, I've been seeing you've been working with some Vex stuff over here. What have you been putting together?
So we've made this robot, and Ever is currently working on the second one over there. But this is the one we finished so far, and it has like a whole claw you can move. You can open it, you can shut it, and you can like get garbage and stuff. And then we made like a ramp that you can drive up to throw it away.
Would you like to demonstrate that for us?
Yeah. So if I just walk over here real quick, I can. And then you lift this up, you just go down.
Awesome, thank you.
Yep.
So overall, have we met our goals that we set for these first couple weeks? Our goals were A, get a functioning chassis, and B, get the robot turned over to programmers to get the programming started. Overall, we nailed the first goal with flying colors. We have a little bit more tweaking to do before we get it turned over to programmers, but it should be done in the next couple days.
You know what, Alfred? Let's check in on our team morale.
I think we should.
Yeah!
Safe to say it's an all-time high. Well, this has been Team 6344. We'll see you next week for more.
That rhymes.